Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Europa. It's episode number 6 already, and as I promised last time, we are going to build more and more of this city called Saint-Louis. And if you remember, this is what we have since episode number 5. We made this light rail over here, the tram depot, and build a big part of a small part, actually it's a small part of the city with new residential looking buildings, train stations. We have like new Ford train station, elevated train station actually, and some places here and there, like this big arena and so on. Even this small ferry stop, which is just temporary because I'm gonna have to improve it in the next episodes, or maybe during a live stream. But today, and of course we build some stuff over here too, new stuff. Okay, what I'm going to do today is to rebuild this whole area over here. I'm gonna destroy everything. I'm gonna redo the roads, most of them. I'm gonna leave a very small area with few low density residential buildings. Then I'm gonna let's say I'm gonna keep an area, a very small area around here, maybe it's not that small, for a big park, a very big park. And then I'm gonna do the second light rail, which will start over here, right next to this ferry stop, and is going to go like this, right next to the river, and then it will go over here. And then from here we will continue this first light rail, and which will go along this boulevard, and then I'm gonna link it with this part. So we will have like the first light rail like this, pretty long, and then the second one along the river. And for sure I'm gonna rebuild a part of this here, of this area over here. Okay, so a part of it, I'm gonna even destroy this stadium and I'm gonna make a custom stadium, which will look pretty cool, I guess, and I think. So let's say half of this, actually this half will be destroyed and completely rebuilt within the game, because trust me, it's going to worth it. We are getting very, very close, or closer actually, to what I was, let's say, not dreaming. I was saying in the first episode, when I wanted to make a really cool public transportation system in this city and all around the map. Because let me give you another big picture while you can watch also the time lapses over here when I'm destroying stuff and adding the new light rail tracks over there. And so I'm gonna go in the future and add few villages, like 3-4 villages, maybe even more, I don't know, around this whole city. And that is because I want to focus on some of these villages, and also focusing them on some specific type of industry, like lumber industry or farm fields or whatever, stuff like this. And there will be lots of farm fields surrounding the city as well, to make it look, let's say, more realistic. And the thing is that I also subscribe to a new map theme that gives extra looks for the oil and ore. This way I can paint the ground and I can make them look like farm fields. One of the farm fields actually, it's looking pretty damn cool, and the reason why it's looking pretty cool is that if you add it on top of the grass, it will look like manicured grass with help of the map theme, because you can lower the textures, let's call, not lower the texture, make it smaller, the texture can be done and have a smaller look. And that's a trick that I'm gonna add to few areas and few parks from the map, so it looks like it was recently mown. But I don't know, I feel like I like it pretty cool, and honestly, and I feel it will fit perfectly for for ore or for farm fields as well. And in the end, I'm gonna get the best out of it, right? Because I can use it in two ways, for both for farm fields and also for parks, and even for the backyards for some of these small low residential areas that look pretty cool. I know they are vanilla, but honestly these are the best vanilla buildings out there, the low residential ones that I'm using, the European style low residential buildings. Now that I've added this light rail track, I'm gonna add a road that is going to be right next to it, and to do so I'm gonna use the is that mode called? How is that mode called? I'm gonna use a mod. I'm gonna tell you the name of it very soon. A mod that allows me to automatically add a parallel, let's say parallel road right next to it. It's called Network Multi-Tool. Yes, that's how it is called, Network Multi-Tool. And this way it's easier to add a road right next to it. Actually, you can even add a network or all sort of networks like fences, I don't know, retaining walls and so on. And that, in my opinion, it's a game changer for quite some time. Because this mod is out there for quite some time. And plus it does lots and lots of other, has lots of other features as well. I'm gonna do a very grid-ish look to this city, and I know usually grid looks, it's not a thing for European cities, I know, but the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm gonna build the old part of the city, but not here. It is going to be on the other side of the river, where we have a small, let's say, hill, where I'm gonna add probably something cool like a historical palace or castle or whatever. And of course around that hill I'm gonna add lots of residential, old style residential buildings. I'm not yet sure which theme is going to be, German or something else. I don't know. I have to think about it because I need to subscribe to those let's say assets. Here is a before and after cinematic. I made it, actually I should have made it earlier when I started destroying stuff and add the new roads, because I wanted you guys to see the road layout, the final one. And you can see there was a big empty area for that I was telling you earlier I'm gonna keep for future when I'm gonna build a park. Maybe in the next episode or so, I wanna build a very big park over there. Something like, I don't wanna say New York because it's not going to be like that, but there is a park in Paris, I think it's called Parc de Buchemont or something like that. I love that park, and that is because it's in the middle of the city, and or maybe not in the middle, but it's in the city, and it has a lake, a small lake, it has some rocks. It looks like, probably it is, I might be wrong, but it looks like it is made there from scratch, like they brought stuff there, like a lot of dirt, a lot of rocks and so on. Maybe I might be wrong, or maybe because that's something normal and it was there since the beginning and they said let's keep this area only for doing a park or whatever. I don't know. I don't know the story behind that park, but it's a beautiful park and I want to make something similar. I want to add some big rocks. I want to add some lakes. Who knows? Maybe, you know what? I can add I don't want a zoo, but maybe a small, or maybe not that small, botanical garden. It is debatable, or no, a park theme. No, a park theme definitely not. I'm gonna add that. Maybe you guys can leave some ideas in the comments. Just tell me, what do you think that park can contain in the future, like park theme, zoo, botanical garden, or maybe just leave it as a simple park and that's it. This is a big boulevard called Victoria Avenue. I'm gonna continue it because along this avenue we will have the first light rail that we built in the previous episode. I want to continue that one. That being said, this will be actually, I think, is going to be the longest avenue in the city. Maybe this is going to be the longest, or if not the longest one, definitely one of the longest avenues that we have in the city. I'm using the same mod that allows me to do a parallel road to be easier for me to make a good looking one. Even though I've added at the end of this boulevard, I've added a tram depot, or I'm not gonna keep it as a tram depot. I'm gonna delete that one, and that is because I'm gonna intersect these two rails over here, so this way the trams can come from the main tram depot that I've done in the previous episode. Now I already painted, this area with low residential buildings, European residential buildings, because I just want them to be growables, to be added there automatically. And I'm gonna add the rest of them, the residential ones, the high density residential buildings. Those will be added manually one by one. I'm gonna try making them very green, to have a lot of green areas around it, and so on. This is one of the craziest intersections I managed to somehow do over here, and I thought that I should be a cool addition if I'm gonna find a solution and make it add some lines and use the intersection marking tool, and even add like a green area in the middle over there. Just something for my soul, because I need to feed my soul as well, guys, not just doing this. As a side note to the Bucharest series lovers, guys, that series, no worries, it will continue. Probably in February we will have the next episode. The reason why I keep delaying the next episode is because I had too much of it, and it's like I got a burnout for Bucharest. Don't ask me why or how, I don't know. It's just when you copy something from real life, it gets too much. And plus that, it's a lot of editing and recordings from real life, and lots of stuff that I had to add and to bring, let's say, to the table. Anyways, it will continue, no worries. Good. Now this whole intersection is going to be, as I said, filled in, let's say, with the intersection marking tool. Then right next to it, it's a very small green area which I want to turn into a very small park. Not hide, but add there a statue as well, some benches, some who knows, maybe some fences as you can see here, but maybe also some pathways, specific or special type of pathways over there. I wish I could have shown more in the time lapses over here, because it is interesting in a point or another. There will be a lot of time lapses with me adding some residential buildings over there, which is, in my opinion, very boring. It is very boring for me also doing them off camera, not only add them on the camera, but hey, it is what it is. I need to do them anyways, right? Because I need to expand this city and add all those sort of residential buildings. This is that type of pathway, like make, let's say, very small little rocks that can give a really cool vibe or look to a very small part like this one. In my opinion, it makes sense over here, and it looks pretty cool. It's just in the middle or between two roads. That fits perfectly. Here are the low residential buildings that I was telling you about. Now adding some of them. There'll be actually even high density buildings. There are all sorts of them. I like changing the colors. I like making them look much better. There are buildings like the one from above. There are buildings from a different era, like older ones, but still looking okay from my point of view. They look pretty nice like this. Like just have like modern combined with very old or older style buildings and so on. This is like Plattenbau buildings, if I'm not mistaken, and I think I'm not. And here these are more modern buildings, like really modern ones. This is something that is also happening in Bucharest, not only in the, let's say, western side of the Europe. It's also happening in my city in Bucharest, because we have lots of very old buildings, and bam, right in the middle there, some really modern one pop up, and they create a very small residential area, let's call it, because it's not a district. It's very small, like 5, 4, 6 buildings or so, and they are very small. Anyways, but it's cool. In my opinion, this combination between modern and old, vintage, I was about to say. Anyways, it's really interesting and cool. Actually, maybe some of you might don't agree with me, but even if you have like a very, very old style architecture building like those from Paris that are just amazing, and then right next to it you add a very modern building, it is not okay. Probably most of you will say the same, but hey, just looking at them, like the combination might look interesting and cool. I don't agree, but I don't disagree as well. Anyways, that's a different story. Here is a very modern school that I just added, and I want to surround it with fences, very tall fences, so children cannot escape. And the game has to work properly as well. So we need healthcare, we need death care, we need school, universities, all kind of education. We need industry. So everything is working perfectly. Usually I have and actually it is the economy is on plus. It's positive, but it fluctuates because I keep destroying buildings and so on, and then add new ones, and then the economy is again good, but then I have to destroy some other buildings, the vanilla ones, and so on. So until we will have this city look perfectly with all the new buildings that I'm gonna add and develop the entire city, the economy will keep fluctuating. Anyways, here is the area where I choose to go for the stadium, for the custom-made stadium. So this is it's not working as a stadium. You will not see any football matches happening over here, even though it would have been cool if someone can make us a brick or block, or a very small one that can be hidden inside of this stadium, so we will have those matches, football games. That would be cool actually. Maybe there is one and I don't know about it, I don't know. So I've been using Thomas made some custom arenas, and I'm gonna use those different elevations. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller, because it's the same in real life. In some cases you don't have enough money as a football club, and you can just upgrade one of the arenas there, like maybe the north one, the south one, and so on. It depends. I'm using a different stadium that I'm gonna PO and customize it a bit, and then all the surrounding, or actually the exterior side of this stadium, I'm gonna, let's say, modify a building, an existing building, and add like new walls, exterior walls, because I don't like these ones from the custom assets. So I want to make them myself. I colored the standings with the red color, and for exterior I'm gonna use this building that you see here. I'm gonna just completely PO it and get rid of the unnecessary areas and so on. I'm gonna make it thinner, let's say, and smaller. This way I can add it easier on the outside of this stadium. Now for the roof, I'm gonna use the procedure object square, and I'm gonna use some special textures like that I have, and just make it longer. This way I can cover that roof and I can make it look much better as well, giving a complete different texture, in my opinion. I don't know if it's the perfect texture for that roof, but it is what it is, so we have to keep it. This is the let's say road linkage with the bridge that we have. I'm gonna talk more about this actually in the next episode as well, because it's a lot of things to cover, and I feel like it's never enough time to cover everything. Anyways, this is a very important road linkage with intersections, and I went for a roundabout. Yeah, I had to keep a roundabout. I've tried with some lights, traffic lights, but then I was like, no, roundabout it is. Anyway, it's not about that now. It's still on the football stadium, because it is definitely not finished. I mean, the stadium itself, it is finished, but not the surrounding. I need to add a very big parking elevated building over there. So I went with this one, which looks pretty cool. This way cars can park over here. Well, even though they will not come as for any other stadium, you know, to kill the traffic and the surroundings. I love the DLC called Match Day or something like that. It's really nice, but I can't use it over here and it's annoying. Anyways, it is what it is. And in front of the stadium, and actually on few sides of the stadium, I'm gonna use these type of decals over there to make it look like a nice area, and cover, or actually not cover, fill in the areas with lots of planters made by Avania, because these are the best planters out there, and it's a lot of combinations you can do. I don't know, maybe I went too far or not. I just wanted to have it like that. It feels like crazy. Probably people can just go walk like in a very big labyrinth over there when they have to go to the stadium. But hey, guys, you know, it is what it is. If you want to see the game, you can pay less, just go through that labyrinth of planters or whatever. But it is for the looks, I know. And anyways, and it will actually attract people over there. I need people to be attracted there. I even I hidden some invisible park or probable parks or whatever they're called that attract people. Now the rest of the area is going to be surrounded with some offices, because I need offices as well. I need to make a combination between offices, residentials, and commercial areas. And I'm still adding a lot of these Japanese style parking lots right next to these offices, and not only. And the reason why I do that is because these parkings work as commercial buildings. I think I said that in previous episodes too, but it is a good thing, because first of all, cars will park there, and the second of all, they come there to do shopping. We don't see that, of course, but it's a thing. And this way I don't have to add different type of shoppings, even though I will add a lot of supermarkets and so on. Hey, that's a glimpse of what I was saying earlier. See that grass? It looks like it's manicure grass and whatnot. Well, that's the thing. That's a theme for oil or ore, one of those, which looks pretty good for farm fields, which I'm gonna use in the at a point, but I'm use it over here too, because it looks like manicure grass. Yes, I know, I nailed it, guys. I don't know. I feel like it's much better than a decal, because for a decal, you know, if you are too far in the sky or, you know, above, it will disappear. But these ones, they will not disappear. You can see them from any heights. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna finish this episode by building this office area. I know, guys, you didn't see even half of what I've done. Most of it, I'm gonna show it in the cinematics at the end of this video. And of course, in the next episode, when we will continue with the city, I think, unless I'm gonna do something else. Anyways, you will see it there. You will see a part of what we built today too. Plus, I already uploaded the save game for episode 5 for now. The next one probably it will be around episode 8 or so, when I'm gonna finish the city. This way, whoever wants to use this save game to continue it and build it your own way, you will have a city and not a vanilla one. I mean, yeah, it's a win-win situation. Guys, thank you very much for watching this. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you understood something. I'll think about how to make these episodes more interesting, and actually you guys to understand it better. But till next time, take care, and I salute you.